As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news. And Paul's feet carried him mile after mile all over the Mediterranean world, preaching, teaching, winning souls, making disciples, and planting churches. And today, all of us who love Christ, all of us whose hearts have been captured by the love of God, we are the spiritual descendants of those first churches that were planted by Paul and the other apostles in this very first generation of believers. It's a beautiful message. It leads to a beautiful life with a beautiful Savior. Paul got it. Paul got it. How beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news. And this comes, again, like I said, from the pen of the prophet Isaiah. Good news is always good, but sometimes it's even better. And it's kind of paradoxical, because the good news is best when we're in agony. The good news is best when we're dying and we wake up in heaven. The good news is best when we had no hope. Think about that for a moment. No hope. And suddenly, all our hopes are real in front of us. Good news is always good, but when people are afraid, when people are beat up and wounded, so they look in the mirror and they look like they're only wounds, good news, unexpected good news, is life itself. Do you know anyone who is living in fear? Do you know anybody who is living with a lot of anxiety? Maybe they're afraid of the COVID virus, or they're bound by unforgiveness. Something has happened in their past that's so horrible they can't speak of it, and it's just been a drag and a chain on their entire life. Do you know somebody battered and bruised, anxious, living in fear? Do not despise that person. Do not despise the weak. Do not despise the cowardly. Do not despise the person who is fearful. Person who's worried about what's going to happen next. Bring them beautiful words of life. Be the messenger that crosses the mountain to let them know that Christ has won the victory for them on the cross. If you do that, if you're the one who brings the words of life instead of the words of condemnation, you will be beautiful in God's eyes.